Welcome to Chalk and Cheese Podcast. One DJ, podcast, one comedian, two other guys. Chalk and Cheese. Come on.
Begging it. This Black Lives thing is dead for me now. Them man, the people, I don't see no one there talking about it no more.
No, they're still protesting though, bro.
Where?
They're still protesting. You're not following the right people. So you followed.
I'm following black-owned businesses now.
No, you were on the ban. You were following the bandwagonists.
But I follow no bandwagonists.
Follow the white people. If you follow the right people, yeah. If you follow the right people and you keep in contact, you look at the right places, you will see what's going on. But don't look at what's trending, because it's not trending no more. But if you want to keep up with it, look at there's a guy called Sean King. Follow him.
Yeah, I know him. They're trying to assassinate him.
Yeah,
or he put up somewhere they're trying to. Yeah, don't see me. I follow people, man.
So if you're following him, then
follow the right people.
Then you would know that it's not dead, and that statement you made is a bit shit.
It's only Sean King though.
I hear what Chris is saying.
He's the only one.
I hear what Chris is saying. I get this point where what he's trying to say is
bandwagonists.
Last week or the week before, it was all about it, and now all these black parties and beach parties and dark parties is popping.
This is why I say the next time everybody jump on it.
Everybody just be like, oh, this can't wait right now. I got a party are going over here, so you know.
Bam,
so that's what happened.
It makes me sick. And I tell you what, that girl Zeze Mills, she put out an interviewing a white boy who was speaking Yoruba, and he was doing. And then he went viral.
Yoruba.
Yeah, Yoruba or whatever.
Yoruba. He was speaking Yoruba.
Listen, I ain't for the country, so I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry.
How do all of us know how to say it?
I don't know. I don't know.
That boy is speaking Yoruba.
You lot got a Yoruban friend.
Quite a few.
All right, so he was speaking the Yoruba thing. Yeah.
And he still...
he went viral, yeah?
Yeah.
And then some old tweets came up how he was saying racist stuff about black girls and saying some real ridiculous, crazy racist stuff on black people.
Yeah.
And you saw all the comments of the blacks getting at him, and she had loads of comments and loads of views on it. This week she done an interview with Swiss, Swiss, So Solid Swiss, and he's making this Black Pound Day thing, where everyone could come to that website for black businesses and stuff like that,
That's tomorrow, the 27th.
Yeah, and she got a low viewing, low comments. See what I'm saying? So for me, like we're always focusing our energy on the wrong thing. That's why I said Black Lives Matter was just a bandwagon thing, and we're not going to jump on it again until someone else gets killed. Well, that's what I said.
This is why I was telling people this is why I said the day when I was there, I don't want I don't want it to be a trend. When you follow a trend, it comes to an end. Jeez, I didn't even. You know what I'm saying? If you follow a trend, it's going to come to an end. And
unless you tell a friend, or tell a next friend.
You can't rhyme friend with friend. You
can't
rhyme friend with friend, bro.
Not pen.
Write in a stone.
Write it in stone, not pen.
So we're gonna write in the stone with what?
You never say back in the idea, them used to write in a stone.
Yeah, with what though?
With what you expect?
I'm asking. Chisel. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But yeah, so I was saying that.
Ceesix, your knowledge to the God, boy.
I was obviously saying that I don't feel it's right that it's a trend. I feel like people should be in it for the right reasons, but I don't think it's dead. I think that your tolerance has dropped, so you're not.
No. Trust me.
It's definitely it's not dead, bro.
It is dead. Black Lives Matter is dead until someone else gets killed. That's just how we are. And the reason why it will be dead as well, because we're not investing in it, really, are we?
Listen, Black Pound Day is tomorrow, which is, well, when you listen to this podcast, it will be yesterday, the 27th. And if people there are a set of people that will get involved. This July 7th, 2020, hashtag don't spend a penny. there's like initiatives going on. There's things going on, bro. Like, please don't.
I hear what you're saying.
Bro,
But this is what Chris has said. Chris has some points because in Canada, in Canada they open, in Toronto they opened back up certain things the other day, and when this whole thing was going and people were talking about supporting more black owned and things like that, and my brethren over the west say, yo, the day when certain places opened, it was crazy. All of the black women went straight into the Chinese nail shops to get them nails done. When there's loads of black women doing nails in Toronto, and he has one friend who has a business that delivers like hair products, skincare products, all these things that black women want and use. And he said during quarantine he was getting the support because everywhere was locked, so everybody was calling him. He said, yo, once the shops open, but
it's a slow process, man. Listen, nothing's gonna change overnight. It's about mindset change. And so, listen, let me finish. It's about mindset change. And I do think I do think, hold on, please. I do think that there are a lot more black businesses that are being highlighted. There are a lot of businesses that were portrayed to be black people's businesses that have been exposed. So I think it's changing. It's not going to change overnight. It's not just going to change overnight.
All right, so you tell me then, what is it that will make us equal? What will make more respected?
What I want you to understand is this, we have years and years and years and years and years and years of systemic racism, and we have years and years of being forced into certain habits. So us being consumers and us shopping and being like addicted to certain things, or viewing ourselves and having colorism within our own race, and all of these things are a long-term issue for what we've been going through for many, many years. So it won't just change straight away. But what's happened is there's geniuses, there's minds that have been sparked. There are leaders coming forward. There are people that are learning. There's more people now that are interested in learning things, understanding things, and supporting their own than before. And it's going to only get more and more and more and more and more.
I'll tell you what, I'll be honest, I agree with Ceesix. This is the problem, Chris, and I get it. I understand why you feel like that, but everything's a process. It's like but you know that more than anybody else.
I know that.
Yeah, but what it is, it's like you're expecting there to be...
No,
but it's like the way how you're saying it, things have tailed off, no one's talking about it, but it couldn't stay where it was because everybody was talking about it. Everybody, everywhere you looked, it was on the news, it was on the radio, it was everywhere. So now what's happened now, we're going to come to a settled period where now this is where we're actually doing stuff now. This is where now is where we're actually doing things to implement for the future. Before we didn't implement it because no one was listening. Now it's, all right, BBC have earmarked £100 million for black and ethnic programs. YouTube have done the same thing. These things are going to take time. I understand what you're saying. It feels like, for us, everything just stopped. But 100% things are going on. But you're only going to see the results of what we've been going through in another maybe 6 months or a year's time. And you're like, Ross, remember, we can't, if we have a shop, we're going to have one shop. We might have a one shop if it's a nail shop or a hair shop. We can't buy and sell products at the same price as the Indian man or the Chinese man.
With the wholesaler.
We can't do it.
So what we're trying to do
now, we can't do it.
Buy it from him.
Right. So what we're trying to do now is say, okay, then every black person in a certain industry, everybody get together. Let's buy our stock from one place and get the discount. So then now we can pass that discount into the customers. But it takes time. I know what you're saying, Chris, and I know you're like, yeah, man, nothing ain't happened. I see none. This thing only happened about a month ago.
No, you know what? It's nothing to do with that, C6. But what I'm saying is, it is something to do with that. But I know things can't happen straight away. But I'm saying with our problem is consistency. And I fear that the consistency with black people is that we lack that.
Right,
I agree.
Hold on. Listen,
what's right?
That statement, black people, is such a cheap statement. And I hate when we use it. Because, let me tell you why. Because it's not all black people. It's not all black people. It's never all black people. It's never.
Yeah.
Like all the negative stereotypes attached to black people this, black people time, black people this. That's silly. What we're allowing, we're doing negative stereotypes for ourselves. It's not all black people. This is a set of people that have jumped on a trend and have been on this wave and has been surfing this wave. They're gonna drop off, but there will be some diehard people that don't, and they're still black people. So
yeah, but you know what?
Write them off, bro. You can't. Them statements are cheap, bro. And the moment.
Yeah, but you know what? I understand what Chris is saying though, because you know what? Even the other day I was thinking about people shopping at H&M.
Yeah. But there's some people that don't.
People are still going back.
No, but there are some black people. There are some. No, but when you say black people, you're saying.
I know what you're saying.
But you're basically saying every single black person.
No.
That go. No. That's when you make general statements. We don't do general statements. Especially when we're talking about our own.
But you know what though?
Drop the general. I'm just saying.
Right, but you know what?
There are some. Yes.
There are some. But I will say
some that wear Gucci, and there's some that don't.
How many people, Ceesix, how many people do you know that wore Gucci don't wear Gucci anymore?
A few. I know a few. I know some. I know a guy that sold all his Gucci. He didn't throw it away because he ain't got the peas to do that. But he sold everything, and he's a Gucci don. He sold so much stuff and gave all of the money, not all of the money, but a decent amount of money to a charity, and he's never wore it again.
Because I will never wear it again. But Dizzle will still go out there buying it, flossing it, and I don't understand it. H&M, I never shop.
But he's not. So if you won't do it, but Dizzle will do it, then we haven't got the right to say, well, black people, because you're a black man and you're not doing it.
No, I know, but I understand what Chris is saying. Chris is saying, in general, what happens is we're a very forgiving race sometimes. We forget things. We forget how things hurt.
But again, you're still talking.
How things hurt.
No, but you're still talking from a general point of view. We're not all the same, though.
Everybody. But we forget.
What you're doing, Ceesix, is you're talking from a very positive view, but it's unrealistic at the same time.
No, what Ceesix is saying is right. I understand what Ceesix is saying. Not everybody is doing what we're saying. But as a whole, I find that black people, we're very forgiving. We're so tolerant of certain things. We're so tolerant. And we forget. If it's something personal to us, then we might hold a grudge. But if it's something that we feel that it can be swept under the carpet or forgotten about, then it's like we move on. We're so used to dealing with negatives that when another negative's thrown, sometimes we kind of don't even cling on to it too much. We kind of let it go and just carry on like normal business. You know how this is what we are. We're hustlers. We get on with things.
I hear you.
Okay.
I just don't like the generalized statement.
I hear what you're saying.
Because it makes it just especially to the negative, and we all do it because I've done it, and I'm not saying we as black people. I mean we've all said, black people, but it's such a negative thing to do because when other races do it, and I wouldn't expect it to. When other races do it, we start looking at them at their prejudices. We don't like prejudices.
All right, cool.
Yeah, what we do, man? We are just to go buy a farm. Go buy a farm and start plant some tomato and onion and them something and sell.
Onion.
See, we come up with an idea, nobody no want to do it. You see it? All right.
Onion.
I mean, probably wasn't a great idea that the white man suggested to buy a farm and the whole will go there. So,
Can you imagine if we all bought a farm and the Yardie's like, yeah, you lot over there.
You know the worst thing? Uncle Ceesix digging as well, you know. Wait, what, this one?
All right.
Anyway, on that note,
keep it moving, yeah.
So